Recording live from inside the belly of Princess Snake, it's the Dragon Balls Deep podcast with your hosts, Devin and Drew.
It's the Dragon's Ball. That's not right. It's the Dragon Balls Deep podcast. Welcome to the Dragon's Balls podcast, whatever it's called.
Close enough.
Two in the booth here today to call the action. I can't wait till we get to the episode. I guess it's coming up with Shinron, so we can say coming to you live from Shinron's balls.
Oh, we can't say it now. You spoiled it.
Oh shit! I'll cut this. First up in the corrections department. In the last episode, I thought I wrote down the wrong dates for the original air dates for the two episodes. I wrote down November 1st for both episode 12 and 13, and it was not a typo. They did both in fact air on that day.
Should have known that you wouldn't fuck up those dates.
So, suck it, haters that sent me hate mail. That doesn't exist. Go ahead. You have something?
Nah, I don't have anything.
Oh. Okay. Wow. Moving on. Dragon Ball Z, episode 14. Originally aired August 2nd, 1989 in Japan and November 8th, 1996 in the US. The show begins with Goku running down Snake Way still, again. He makes note that he should be where he was when he fell off. But how does he know this? Because he's mentioned many times that it all looks the same and he can never tell the progress that he makes, so...
Maybe he has a Fitbit. It's counting his steps.
What about when he flies?
True, that would fuck it up, huh?
Yeah. We see the street sweeper guy again, but now he's going in the opposite direction. How do you do that?
Maybe. Well, I mean, I guess when you get to the end, there's nowhere to go but to turn around.
Okay, that's true. That made me think, does King Kai get, does he get mail?
Well, if he was to get mail, I'm sure the street sweeper guy would act as the mailman too.
I think he gets all his mail telepathically.
Yeah, but how can he receive mail? He can send out mail telepathically.
Well, I imagine the only people contacting him are either...
Other Kais.
Other Kais, yeah.
But what if King Emma has an important message?
He sends one of his blue guys, I guess.
Yeah.
To make the trip. However, the guy driving the cleaner thing, he did say that's the guy I ran into the other day, implying that it's been days since Goku fell off Snake Way. Keep this in mind, though. This is what he says.
And also, who knows, like, what days are to him, like, when you have, like, a job like that, just driving a street sweeper on Snake Way. I'm sure, like, days or could be weeks.
That's a good point.
And, like, the concept of time in Otherworld, I'm sure, is really different compared to Earth.
I do get into that at one point. I think it is different.
And, yeah, I think it might be worth noting in the subs, too, that he says, hey, that's the guy who fell off my sweeper the other day.
Oh, he says that?
Yeah, in the subs, yeah.
So he knew all along.
Or either he knew or he just, like, assumed, maybe.
Oh, because he just kind of disappeared. He looked back and he's like, oh, that guy's gone.
But yeah, that's what he says, though.
Well, if we were doing a versus, then I would say subs wins that.
Well, that could be the versus, then.
If we don't have anything else.
Yeah, I don't really have anything else.
I vote sub.
Yeah, me too.
The guy then drives off of Snake Way. I'm guessing he doesn't get stuck in hell. How does that work?
I thought this was pretty funny. Maybe he knows about the secret stairway.
Oh, that's true. You would think. Unless he's new.
It's got to be a pain to move that street sweeper, though, up those stairs.
Up those stairs. I
We have
don't
to
know.
disassemble it. Kiyama's going to be pissed.
I imagine that fall probably crushed that thing.
He might rip out his tongue for misbehavior.
Oh, there's a lot of those blue guys. I'm sure he's replaceable. Back on Earth, Piccolo is sitting on a big rock in the middle of a bunch of bigger rocks, meditating, because of that went so well last time. He creates a tornado of rocks or something, I don't know.
He creates a whirlwind, and it's super effective.
Yes, good job. We then see Gohan running away from the saber-toothed tiger again. The same tiger that we keep seeing, except for that one time. That tiger was different. And he's not so much running away from the tiger as he is just playing with him. Gohan and the tiger then come to Piccolo and his tornado. Piccolo begins glowing and screaming, and the tornado, or whirlwind, I guess, gets even more powerful. So much that the whole ground underneath it begins to spin. No, that doesn't make sense, but it's hard to explain.
Yeah. Gohan actually refers to Piccolo in this scene as Uncle Piccolo. Thought that was kind of interesting.
That is interesting. In the
in the subs,
yeah. Huh.
Does he ever refer to him as uncle in like the series?
No, he's always like Mr. Piccolo.
Yeah. I like the Uncle Piccolo. I think that's something they should have stuck with.
He probably should have just called him Dad throughout the series.
Dad, yeah.
This is the first time Gohan has seen Piccolo since he started his boot camp. I don't know how long ago that was. I'm not really going to get into that right now, but...
Yeah, there will be plenty of getting into that in later episodes.
We then go to Kami's Lookout, where Tien, Chaozu, Krillin, and Yamcha have gathered to begin their own training. Oh, and Yajirobe is there too, who points out that Kami has a nice crib, and the food is probably nice.
The MVP. He knows what's important.
Of course. You think he was saying? Back on Snake Way, Goku comes to a large palace. He then gets sucked in, or eaten, whatever, by a large snake. Some blue lady rings a bell and says to summon the princess because she has a visitor. Then the princess lady starts perving on Goku. She seemed very lonely.
And before we get too much into this Snake Lady Palace.
Yes.
We were talking about last episode how Goku managed to like travel so much faster his second time down Snake Way.
Yes.
And we like brought it up to like maybe he got stronger from the previous trip, but like we didn't really bring up the fact that he ate that King Yama fruit, and that probably made him a lot stronger too.
Yeah, it definitely gave him a lot of energy.
And he brings it up in this episode. That's why I thought I'd bring that up again.
Goku thinks that this lady is King Kai, and that she's cute. Another blue girl says that the princess hasn't been this excited since King Yama dropped by long ago. Should have known. Should have fucking known. King Yama did it.
Yep, and that was... And according to the subs, it was 1,000 years ago, and then in the dub, it's 1,000 years. Sub was 500 years.
Interesting. I wonder if that's was during the King Yama's trip to King Kai. But didn't they say that was like 15,000 years ago?
Yeah, that wouldn't work timeline-wise. When did they talk about King Yama going to King Kai?
I think the last episode, or the one before it.
Maybe we can
because
they
mentioned that King Yama's the only one who's made it to King Kai's.
Well, in that case, it took him a little too long, I think, to get down Snake Way, if that was in the same trip.
Maybe it was.
There's no way. I don't think that would work, because 500 years to like 15,000. He must have made the trip more than once. Or maybe he just didn't go all the way when he went to the Snake Princess place.
The Snake Palace isn't this technically like the halfway point? I think.
I'd say it's around the halfway point.
So
maybe a little farther than half.
So yeah, that would make sense. 1,000 years to make it halfway, and 14,000 years to make it the rest.
Yeah, and or who knows? Maybe King Emma makes his rounds on Snake Way, just checking up on things.
It's possible.
Sure, he gets tired of sitting behind the desk so much.
Yeah. Goku says he wants to start training, so the princess begins to dance with him. I think they're doing the tango, though I'm not up to par in my fancy dancing.
Yeah, they refer to it as the tango on the show.
I've seen True Lies a lot, so. Goku thinks this is a martial art because he's Goku. Goku says out loud, King Kai must be testing me and wants me to find a vulnerable moment and try to attack.
Does he say it out loud?
His mouth was moving, so he was clearly talking.
I should have checked what they were saying in the subs.
So it looked very clear like he said it out loud. And then immediately afterwards, he hits a fucking judo throw. Like a Seo Nage.
Yeah, I thought that was pretty awesome.
Goku then remarks that King Kai is weak. One of the blue girls yells at him that it's not King Kai, it's Princess Snake. Goku says, sorry, I thought you were King Kai. See you later. And he just tries to walk the fuck out. I lost my place.
He just judo slammed the princess.
The princess asks Goku to stay a while, but he says he's in a hurry until she mentions food. Then it's fuck my family and friends and the entire planet Earth. Goku then suddenly gets hungry. He says it's been so long since he's been hungry because he ate King Yama's special fruit. And
the special fruit's supposed to keep him full for 3 months or 100 days according to the subs.
Yeah, but
so we can assume that much time has passed.
It was weird because he says it's been so long since he's been hungry. So is he hungry here or not? Or did he just realize that he was hungry? Is he only hungry because she mentioned food?
I'd say it's both. I think her mentioning food definitely struck up his hunger, but it might be getting around to that 3 months where the fruit's starting to wear off.
Yes. He says it's been over 3 months now since he ate that piece of fruit. So we know it's been at least 3 months, plus all of the running and sleeping he did prior to falling off of Snake Way, plus the time he spent in hell. So it's been at least 6 months since he's originally started.
You would think.
Most likely.
But we'll get into that next episode.
Yeah, we will. But either way, he's still spending like a month with King Kai.
Yeah, but we'll see.
Still not sure about the time that's passed on Earth, because I think that time in Otherworld is different than Earth. So Goku's 3 months might not be the same for Earth, but
who knows? Yeah, maybe.
I almost want to say that Otherworld time is slower, which means Earth time is even more time is passed on Earth. That's what it seems like. Because I think that's how it is, like, later on when Goku's in the Otherworld tournament.
Yeah, that would make a lot of, like, from what I've seen so far, timeline-wise, it would make a lot more sense that everything that's going on with Goku's story right now isn't directly lined up with what's going on Earth.
Yeah, exactly.
Because it really just doesn't make sense.
No, it doesn't. It makes my head hurt. But Goku says that he will stay The princess says to prepare a meal fit for a king. She then tells her cooks to make sure Goku can't leave. This is where I have written down in all capital letters, rape.
Yeah, they definitely they tried to date Goku.
Dinner is then served. Dinner consists of braised crocodile head, sautéed paw of bear, mussel au gratin, and roasted turkey.
Sounds good to me.
I liked how the crocodile head had big, stupid, googly eyes.
Nice.
I also saw a big pile of green stuff, a bowl of clear liquid, some bananas, what looked like eggs, maybe, some kind of big cake-looking thing, and he also eats what looks like steak and cheese.
Yeah, the food never really looks appetizing on Dragon Ball.
Not till you get later on in the series when they actually
for sure.
it gets like real specific.
Exactly. Unless it's like some good old dinosaur tale.
Yeah. Like when Goku and Vegeta are fighting over food.
Yeah.
Goku does what he does best and starts stuffing food into his mouth by the handfuls. The princess and her servants are shocked by Goku's eating. Goku, of course, eats everything. The princess then offers her food to Goku, which looks like a roasted turkey, a bowl of soup, and onion rings. Goku eats all that too. They ask Goku if he wants a bed because he must be sleepy after all that food. Instead, he says that he has to go. He's a very rude guest. The princess calls for dessert, but Goku denies. So they tell Goku that he needs a bath because King Kai gets offended by dirty people. So King Kai hates poor people. Now, this is where it gets really weird. Goku is taking a bath in some kind of natural spring.
It's like a hot spring.
The water's orange. The princess says that the water stays at 300 degrees, but it should be boiling if that's the case, and it doesn't appear to be, so you're a liar, princess.
In the subs, it actually says that the hot spring originally comes from the steam baths from hell.
That would make sense. Maybe it's not water, maybe it's blood.
Maybe. It's
the blood spring.
Blood spring.
Then some blue ladies who work for DARPA, or the Heart Project, change the sky to become nighttime. Not really the weather, but that's the only thing I could come up with.
Black helicopters.
The documents. The princess lady sings Phil Collins for a bit, then goes to check on Goku, who is sticking his butt out of the water for some reason. I don't know what he's doing here.
Trying to show her the goat.
Then he gets out and just walks around completely nude. Goku gonna Goku. He says it's time to go and attempts to leave, but the princess begs him to stay. One of the blue girls says that Goku can't leave because she has something to show him, and it's her gun.
It's my favorite part of the episode.
She pulls out a giant revolver, and I have written here, what am I watching? She says it gets so lonely that sometimes she goes crazy and shoots up the local movie theater for fun.
This part is just like so goddamn random. Like, this might be like the most random thing that happens in the entire Dragon Ball Z series.
Yeah, I don't know where this came from.
It's amazing though.
She tries to get Goku to play Russian roulette, but for whatever reason, she decides to go first, and unfortunately, the odds were not in her favor as she shoots herself in the head.
I thought it was interesting that, well, I think in the dub they don't call it Russian roulette. She just calls it like a game of chance.
Yeah.
But in the subs they do call it Russian roulette. So does that mean that Russia exists in the Dragon Ball universe?
It must.
And if Russia does exist, how the fuck do people in Otherworld know about Russia?
I guess, I don't know. I guess some Russian leaders have passed through hell.
True. Maybe Stalin. I guess Hitler comes up in the series quite a bit.
Hitler is in Dragon Ball, yes. Well, it's a little guy who bears a strong resemblance to Hitler.
Yeah, so maybe Stalin's down there in Hiffle too.
Yeah. Okay. Well. I take it she didn't actually die here because I guess she's already dead since it's Otherworld.
Maybe she lost her body though.
I guess that's possible. Because I know when King Kai dies, like Goku mentions that he can't die again because he's already dead. But he's a Kai, so who knows. Then they make Goku watch something. I wasn't really paying attention here. Some kind of performance.
Yeah, I'm getting like real North Korea vibes from this whole part. Where they're like giving him all this fake food and showing him fake shows, trying to entertain him. Look at all the great stuff we have here.
Snake John-un.
Yeah.
They make Goku a special glass of juice with enough special stuff in it to knock out an elephant. Again, I have rape written down. He drinks it, and combined with the strange performance, he passes out. Goku begins talking in his sleep, so the princess calls for the dream mirror to see what he's dreaming about. Goku is dreaming about Chi-Chi and Gohan. The princess says that Goku is too tame, and that she'll just have to eat him, as she turns into a spooky vampire snake thing. This is stupid.
I don't know what's worse, like rape or getting like your dreams like spied on. Like what's more invasive?
Rape.
Yeah, probably rape.
My dreams are retarded. I wouldn't care if anybody saw it. The princess's servants say that they want her to share Goku with them, and that they let King Yama get away, but he was the only one. Big fucking surprise. King Yama did it. Goku's dream then turns into a nightmare as he dreams of Chi-Chi and Gohan being attacked by Vegeta and Nappa. I know it wasn't really showing them very clearly, but it was still a pretty detailed dream for never having seen them before.
Yeah, that was kind of weird.
I think this happens.
Makes you think like
I think this happens some other time with Gohan. Thinking of, I think maybe Cell.
Maybe it has something to do with like the weird like telepathic powers of Saiyans that we
only
just briefly get to learn about. Yeah.
Possibly. Or maybe it's like an otherworld thing.
Perhaps. Or maybe the dream mirror just kind of like projects like context clues.
I could buy it,
like
I guess.
He's like dreaming of like Vegeta and Nappa, and he's not maybe seeing exactly what's portrayed on the mirror, but the mirror kind of just like fills in the blanks.
Oh, that's a good point.
Or we could just chalk it up to anime.
Chalk it up to anime. I write that down a lot in, I think, the next episode. Goku jumps awake and says he has to get going. The princess says that she's sure Chi-Chi and Gohan will be fine. Goku, in probably his smartest moment in the series, picks up on this, noting that he never told her their names. Goku goes to leave, and all the girls transform into snake people.
Yeah, Goku's like one small glimpse of intelligence.
Yeah.
It's very short-lived.
I almost want to say it was an illusion like
fruit.
Everything else.
It was the Yama fruit. Made him smarter.
Everything around Goku begins to disappear as he realizes that everything is fake and he's actually in the belly of a snake. So, what has he been doing the whole time? Just roaming
More
around?
More importantly, what has he been eating?
Yeah, that's what I have written. What about the food that he ate and the bath he took? Was he just pretending to do all those things?
I don't know.
This is ridiculous. Or was he just standing in one spot and everything was just kind of in his head? But
Yeah, and I feel like this snake princess went through a whole lot of trouble just to like try and eat him. I feel like she could have got this done a lot easier.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't understand how any of this works, to be honest.
Guess that's why they tell you not to play with your food.
Sure. So Goku flies out of the snake, who begins to chase him. Then the snake spits fire, conveniently, of course. Goku goes to fire a Kamehameha wave, but stops himself because he says she gave him that nice meal. You mean the fake meal that never actually happened? Or was it real? Because
Or Goku's just back to being an idiot.
Goku, he doesn't seem hungry anymore, apparently, so did he eat something? Or was this just like a placebo effect?
Yeah, I'd say that's the most likely scenario.
Yeah, it seems to be pretty well established that none of that stuff was real and didn't actually happen, so therefore Goku didn't actually eat. So, whatever. Anime. Goku tries to call a truce, but the snake says it will chase him for eternity. So Goku flies in circles and loops, tying the snake into a giant knot. Goku then just flies away. How does he know where to go or what direction?
Yeah, they never really established that.
Yeah.
How he knows where to go.
Chalk it up to anime, but I call bullshit. Back on Kami's lookout, the rest of the Z gang are training with each other. Even old Yajirobe was training. Holy shit. Kami basically says that these guys suck and are all going to die, and only Goku can save them.
Yeah, there's that whole speech by Kami's not in the subs. It's just the blank look, but you can kind of see it in his face. That's what he's thinking.
Yeah, he just says that we're fucked, look.
Yep.
Mr. Narrator comes in as we see that Nappa and Vegeta have entered the edge of the solar system. And that's the episode. Was alright.
Yeah, I wasn't a fan. I don't know. It just felt like a filler episode. Definitely the biggest filler episode so far.
Oh, yeah, it was completely filler. And it was really all just a waste of time because none of it even happened.
Yep, and unfortunately the filler just continues on into the next episode.
Oh, it continues on for the next few episodes.
Yeah, not looking forward to it, but we shall continue forward.
Yeah, we will. I'm sure it will give us plenty to talk about.
Yep. Yeah, I got no more thoughts. I don't know about you.
No, I'm good. Let's wrap this up. Follow us on Twitter at DBDpod and stop sending us hate mail and check out the websites down below wherever they are. And as always,
tune in next time for another exciting episode of the Dragon Balls Deep Podcast.